Today our topic is the philosophy of Epictetus. In one video, Epictetus was a Stoic philosopher who lived a long time ago, but his ideas are still very relevant today. He taught that the key to a good life is understanding what we can control and what we cannot control. This simple idea can change the way we live our lives, and it can help us find peace and happiness even when things are difficult. Let's dive into his philosophy and see how we can apply it to our daily lives. Epictetus was born as a slave, and his life was not easy. But he did not let his circumstances define him. Instead, he focused on his mind and his thoughts. He believed that our thoughts are the only thing we truly control. Everything else, our body, our possessions, other people's opinions, is not fully under our control. This is a powerful idea because it means that no matter what happens to us, we always have the power to choose how we respond. For example, imagine you are stuck in traffic. You can't control the traffic, but you can control how you react to it. If you get angry and frustrated, you will only make yourself miserable. But if you accept the situation and use the time to relax or think, you can turn a negative situation into a positive one. This is the essence of Stoicism, focusing on what you can control and letting go of what you cannot. Epictetus also taught that we should not be attached to things that are outside our control. This includes material possessions, other people's opinions, and even our own bodies. If we base our happiness on these things, we will always be disappointed because they can change or be taken away at any time. Instead, we should focus on developing our character and our virtues. Virtues like wisdom, courage, justice, and self-discipline are things that no one can take away from us. They are internal, and they make us strong and resilient. Another important idea from Epictetus is that we should not fear discomfort or hardship. He believed that challenges are opportunities for growth. When we face difficulties, we have the chance to practice patience, resilience, and courage. For example, if you lose your job, it can be a chance to learn new skills or find a new path in life. If you get sick, it can be a chance to appreciate your health and take better care of yourself. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This means that we can find meaning and purpose in any situation if we choose to see it in the right way. One of the most famous teachings of Epictetus is the concept of the dichotomy of control. This is the idea that everything in life can be divided into two categories: things we can control and things we cannot. Things we can control include our thoughts, our actions, and our attitude. Things we cannot control include the weather, other people's actions, and the past. By focusing on what we can control, we can avoid wasting our energy on things that are beyond our power. This helps us stay calm and focused, even in difficult situations. For example, if you are worried about an upcoming exam, you can't control the questions that will be on the test, but you can control how much you study and how prepared you are. By focusing on your preparation, you can reduce your anxiety and increase your chances of success. Epictetus also believed that we should not be too attached to our desires. He said that many of our problems come from wanting things that are not within our control. For example, if you want to be rich, you might work very hard and still not achieve your goal. This can lead to frustration and disappointment. But if you focus on being content with what you have, you can find peace and happiness regardless of your financial situation. This does not mean that you should not have goals or ambitions. It just means that you should not let your happiness depend on achieving them. Instead, you should enjoy the process of working towards your goals and be grateful for what you already have. Another important lesson from Epictetus is that we should not take things personally. He said that when someone insults us or treats us badly, it is not really about us. It is about their own problems and insecurities. If we understand this, we can avoid getting upset or angry. Instead, we can feel compassion for the other person and let go of any negative feelings. This is a very freeing idea because it means that we don't have to let other people's actions control our emotions. We can choose to respond with kindness and understanding, even when others are unkind to us. Epictetus also taught that we should live in harmony with nature. He believed that everything in the universe is connected, and that we are all part of a larger whole. This means that we should accept the natural order of things and not try to fight against it. For example, we should accept that we will grow old and die, and that this is a natural part of life. By accepting these truths, we can live more peacefully and appreciate the time we have. Another key idea from Epictetus is the importance of self-discipline. He believed that we should train our minds and bodies to be strong and resilient. This means practicing self-control, avoiding excess, and living a balanced life. For example, if you want to be healthy, you should eat well, exercise regularly, and avoid harmful habits. If you want to be mentally strong, you should practice mindfulness, meditation, and positive thinking. By developing self-discipline, we can overcome our weaknesses and become the best version of ourselves. Epictetus also emphasized the importance of gratitude. He believed that we should be thankful for what we have, even if it is not much. This is because gratitude helps us appreciate the present moment and find joy in simple things. For example, instead of wishing for a bigger house or a better car, we can be grateful for the roof over our heads and the food on our table. By focusing on what we have, rather than what we lack, we can find contentment and happiness. Finally, Epictetus taught that we should not be afraid of death. He believed that death is a natural part of life, and that it is not something to be feared. Instead, we should focus on living a good life and making the most of the time we have. By accepting our mortality, we can live more fully and appreciate each moment. This is a powerful idea because it reminds us that life is short and precious, and that we should make the most of it. In conclusion, the philosophy of Epictetus is a guide to living a good and meaningful life. By focusing on what we can control, practicing self-discipline, and cultivating gratitude, we can find peace and happiness, even in difficult times. Epictetus teaches us that our thoughts and attitudes are the most important things, and that we have the power to choose how we respond to life's challenges. By following his teachings, we can become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. So, the next time you face a challenge, remember the words of Epictetus. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This simple idea can change your life and help you find peace and happiness, no matter what happens.